said yet. Jesus Christ. Twitter's dying. Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Any site could die at any time. Let this be a lesson. Go other places. Get an account on Tumblr. Make an Instagram. Like, I know it's lots of work, but you...
Okay, you want to be a little creepy guy? You can be a little creepy guy.
Yeah, baby.
Baby creepy. All right. Okay. So, first interview. You're my first interview.
Oh, really?
You are my first.
Know.
Yeah. Because, okay, technically, there's no order.
Congratulations.
I hope this pans out for everyone and everyone enjoys this. But, first interview we have on our show today, our very, very prestigious show, datcravat from, oh God, where do you want to be known from now?
From internet, I guess.
From the UK, MCM, where everyone has met.
Country.
No, no, you can pick where you want to be known from. Why don't you spend some time, introduce yourself, what are your pronouns, what do you do, and so on and so forth.
Thank you, sorry. I'm eating a banana and I just choked on it. I'm so sorry.
No, right? I'm hungry too.
Okay, sweet. Hello. I'm datcravat. My pronouns are she, they. I'm from the UK and I draw anime stuff. And I think you'll probably recognize my artwork more than you'll recognize me, obviously. I don't have my usual PFP, but I shade with, I'm sorry, this banana, Jesus. I shade with, black a lot, which is what I get recognized for, mostly.
Is that how you describe your artwork? I shade with... Really?
Well, that's what... I would say that's what people, like, pick out about it and recognize the most. What would you say?
I think that you have a very, impactful art style. Because, you're one of those artists where if you walk into a gallery, it's like, from far away you see your artwork, it's like, whoa, okay, that looks crazy. And then when you go up close... You go up close, it's like, oh, it's just made of, really, expressive scribbles, like a little bit of, I'll do a little blot of, black keys art, and it's, like, a little bit of, a soft brush over here, and it's like, you can't imagine, okay, well, technically, us artists don't want to have our work zoomed in, but, I just noticed from, when I see thumbnails of your work, it's like, wow, it just, it really punches, and then I click it, and it's like, whoa, you can get away with that?
Yes, that's the exact experience I had looking at other people's artwork. If I still do, I would say a big inspiration for that would definitely be Quosick, another artist who
how do you
they
spell
paint
this? I'll tag them in the video.
Quosick, Quosic. I've been inspired by them for many a year, and they're like actually good. They paint and they're absolutely incredible. And
yo, that's crazy. Yeah, I see it.
I remember zooming in on their work and I thought, wow, this is just very expressive, lines and blotches of color and values, and that inspired me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not as good as them with their values and painting and stuff like that, but it did inspire me to get like that with my lines, because it feels so organic, to look at when you zoom in, And then the advent of AI art came, and now it's actually really, really valuable to kind of be able to do that. So it worked out quite well for me.
Wait, what do you mean with the advent of AI art, that it's a good skill to have, having mistakes? Or that kind of blotchy kind of look that AI is not known to do?
AI art can't really, the mistakes it makes are a little different, I would say. And when you zoom in to someone's artwork and you can see it's made up of a bunch of expressive lines, it feels human, you know what I mean? And so you can kind of tell a person made it, and being able to tell a person made it feels valuable in a piece of art these days,
Yeah, actually, I'll latch onto that, and I'll say that whenever I'm just scrolling through feeds these days and I'm just looking for new artists to follow, I'll find an artist and then I'll click on their work. You know what I do now? I look for mistakes.
Oh, do you?
I actually look for where they this guy, this guy, gal, they, them, they got lazy here. Instead
Mm.
of like shading this in, they're just putting like a blotch of a color and then putting the opacity down to hide it. I'm like, yes, that's what I want to see. I need to see mistakes because
Yeah.
now it's like I think that I'm gonna say I personally don't like AR. I don't like it.
Yeah,
Um,
honey, who don't?
yeah, I mean, like obviously, but I will
Mm,
say that it is getting really, really difficult to tell.
it is for
There
sure.
are,
I've found.
yeah. Mhm.
Mm?
No, you
Have
go,
you
you go.
found like? Oh, sorry. I was gonna ask you, have you found people using your art to make like AI models?
No, I'm not that
Oh, you
good.
haven't? I'm surprised. You're quite good. What are you talking about?
No, 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 no. I mean, like, okay,
The way
okay.
you shade is really nice.
Uh, I will say that the people that get their art stolen are people that have a lot of consistency. Like their
Yes,
art
that's
all
true.
looks the same. Like, okay, I'm not saying that in a negative way, but when you see a specific piece of art, it's like I know who this is from. You know, like you snap your fingers, I know who this is from. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't think I have that trait because I feel like every art piece I do, I'm always trying something new, interesting. Because I generally get really bored of my own artwork. Like if
Yeah,
I
like
could, yeah,
it gets. I understand the feeling. I know that might be rich coming from me when I've been doing like similar stuff for a long time.
Mhm.
But I like if I don't change it up every now and then, I will feel like I'm going stale. And the thing is, I think to most people, it doesn't look like I feel like I'm changing things up. Um,
Mhm.
but I do. I like it might just be like slightly different proportions or something on their face, like going for a shoujo style ever so slightly, and that feels like oh, big change to me in my small brain.
Yeah,
So yeah, I get the
mhm.
feeling.
I I generally just do this for a living, and I'm in a constant battle with boredom. Do you feel this way?
Yeah.
Where, I mean, we get different experiences with different artists. I personally always try like to, if I'm not suffering, if I'm not suffering while I'm doing something, I feel like I've hit a wall. Because
Yeah,
then
if
yeah,
I'm not struggling, something's wrong.
yeah, definitely. Because I feel like you only really learn something if you're like if you actively hate doing it. I know this is
Okay, I don't know. I don't want to go that far. Are you
not hate.
serious?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, not hate, not hate. But like, you know, generally, like, I need to suffer to know that I'm learning. Because if it's too easy, I get bored. Yeah,
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 well, I wouldn't really. For me, I wouldn't say learning is suffering. It can be difficult and it can be a challenge,
yeah. It's
but I find joy in the challenge these days, you know?
an enriching experience, right? You would say, yeah.
Yes. Enriching. That's a great word for that.
Enriching. It's
Yeah.
3 a.m. I'm 2 cups of coffee down. My eyes are
Mm.
dry. It's very enriching. Yeah. Anyway, I, I just want to ask a couple of questions, like some big
Okay.
ones.
Oh God.
Going back to the AI talk, right? How about like we're looking for mistakes, and generally AI has gotten really, really good, and we're struggling with being able to tell the differences. Do you think the standards of digital art, like in general, of how like creators, like, do you think that the standards are like getting way too high now? Like to make it in like the space that both of us operate in. Do you think it's getting way like more and more harder to like just like be seen and grow and make a living out of this?
I would say so. Absolutely. I mean, not like AI art definitely is a contributing factor, but I do also think, you know, more and more people, like, think of it this way, right? It's mostly young people and people under like 40, under 30,
Mm-hmm.
especially under like 25, who are super like into digital art, who buy a drawing tablet and get into it. As time goes on, these like because you know you don't really meet like a 60-year-old who's in this space, right?
Uh,
But as time goes on and everyone gets older, and um I mean, you have like an industry veteran, you know what I mean? But I mean, like in
right,
the
right.
online
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of like content creatory space,
Mm-hmm.
and people who just have a digital art hobby. Um, and as time goes on, and as all these younger people get older and find this hobby and find the internet, I think like literally, as the years go on, it's just going to be more and more people are going to be posting their drawings online. It's going to go on for like 30 years if the internet doesn't destroy itself.
Right.
We're just going to keep getting more and more and more people. So it's just going to get more competitive for a very long time. Like, and then AI art's here as well. And so I would say, to be honest, like even before AI art, there was tracers, there were people who copied and stuff like that. Now it's a lot easier to be a scam artist. But like my audience, I don't know about you, but I feel like they valued not only the artwork, but like, oh, the person who makes it, and it was made by a person, and that's why I like it. And that hasn't disappeared. Like those people, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people who love looking at artwork made by people. The fact that someone painted all those lines is really exciting to me.
Yeah.
You know, and people love going to Artist Alley and stuff like that. And that's never going to vanish. So while I think it will get more competitive, the audience for it will never disappear. I don't think AI art's going to destroy that. I think people are just going to look for artists who A, have a recognizable style, and B, have a reputation so that they know that they are real.
Yeah. Would you say in that sense that because of how high the standards are now and like generally AI art, that the people that do care about your work, they kind of feel more emboldened now to come out and actually support you? Would you say that?
I would say that too. Also, sorry, I didn't talk about the standards at all. You asked that and I went off on something else. I'm sorry.
No. That's yeah. We're just bouncing off each other. But yeah, do you think that? Okay. So
Okay.
if you say that say you're scrolling through Twitter one day and you come across a piece of artwork, right? And then you at a glance you can't discern if it's AI or a person.
Mhm.
Are the standards so high now that it's actually working in reverse, that you want the standards to be super low? That like
to be honest, I don't think you can view it on like a high-low quality standard scale. There's other factors, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I would say, like, I've seen artists whose style and this is just style wise, I wouldn't say quality played much of a factor. Their style was very, very popular, say in like 2018, and now their style, it's the same as it was back then, but no one really wants to engage with it the same way anymore. Like that evolves as well, and it doesn't have to do with quality sometimes, but I do think the standard for what is good art has definitely gone up, and I think it probably will continue.
Yeah. So generally, if you were like a growing artist right now, right, would you say it's like I have to be like just on the base level, right? Just on the base level, just for them to start growing, I have to just at least be this good, like just a little bit better than an AI? Or is it okay that I can stay in a small little community somewhere and make my growth just with a bunch of friends first? Would you say that?
Yeah, absolutely. Better than AI. I don't know if that's like AI can render like shit.
Yeah,
Like,
on a
can I swear?
technical
Can I
level.
swear?
Yeah.
Can I swear?
No, yeah, you can
Sorry.
go. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. AI can render shit like amazingly. I don't think measuring yourself against AI is productive in the slightest.
I agree.
I think, yeah, just make your artwork, and if people latch onto it, they will, and if they don't, and if you want people to latch onto it, throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. You know?
Yeah. So related to that, how did you find what stuck for you? Because like I honestly, I think I've known your artwork since. Were you on Tumblr?
Yes, I mained Tumblr for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on Tumblr for a while, and I think that's where I initially found you. And then when we had the big exodus, and everyone moved.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and I was just like, all right,
oh my God.
I'm leaving, and I managed to re-find you again. But yeah, like, do you think that we still have spaces like that? Because like, do you remember your early days of Tumblr?
Yes.
Did it start small, or did you just come
Yes.
out of the you just come out like absolutely banging, like
I'm sure you know how it feels, right? Like, I
yeah.
absolutely started small. I'm going through your Tumblr right now, by the way. Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
I didn't realize that you were like the same as me. Like you're making gay fan art on Tumblr.
Oh.
Like ages ago. Yeah. Oh my god. I can't believe we're not mutuals on there. We are now though. Well, I
Are
followed
you
you.
still using Tumblr? I'm
Yes. Like
really.
it died for a while. I definitely left it for a fair amount of time, but now I would say, oh boy, we are so back. It's great on there. It's nice and small, but it's not too small. Like there's nitty-gritty communities everywhere for every little niche. There's so much beautiful art. I love Tumblr.
Wow, okay. I might actually try to go back and have a look because I haven't touched it since 2018,
Wow.
2017. Because I heard, okay. I mean, this is related to like why people had the initial exodus, right? I
Yeah.
don't know if for the people that are listening knew why that happened. Um,
Oh.
History lesson lost to the times, and only the veterans remember. So back in the day,
Mm.
Tumblr was big. Tumblr was massive,
Yeah, it
and
was humongous.
all the micro niche like fandoms were not micro; they were huge, and they were huge on Tumblr. So
Mm.
everyone that liked anything was on that website, and back then everyone drew whatever they wanted. Tumblr had no, how would you say this? Like their terms of services were like super lax, right? They
Mm.
didn't really care, and suddenly I don't remember when it was this, but I'll just go back and have a look and edit it in. But they added in a no nudity rule, and
Yeah.
this basically killed like the website because anyone look the core demographic for any website that has images and artists and creatives on it will be there for the nudity. I will not say porn because generally that's not usually the case. If they're going to be there for the nudity, and they're the ones that stick around for a really long time. As soon as you put that in, everyone's going to find somewhere else to go. So everyone
Mm.
left, and
Yeah,
that
I would
killed the
say
website. Yeah.
one of the pillars of Tumblr, like I believe what was it, Daniel Howe once said that the five pillars of Tumblr were memes, fandom, social justice,
Okay.
one other thing that I can't remember, and porn or nudity.
Porn
Like
and
I
nudity.
believe the word he used was porn, but yeah, Tumblr, like that was holding Tumblr up, and so many people just left because it was like, okay, not only was it like so awful for so many creators on there because a lot of people made a living or did all their not safe for work content on Tumblr,
Yeah.
but it was just a sign of what was to come. Like, do you know what I mean?
A ripple
It's
effect of like what everyone
yeah,
else was gonna do.
the ban of female presenting nipples or
Oh
whatever
god, the
dumb shit
female
they
presenting
said.
labels. Oh my god. So yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm scrolling through your art right now. There's so much gorgeous stuff in here. I love how you render skin.
Yeah. Look, I'm so bad with taking compliments. I'm not gonna
Oh,
say.
yeah, you are. Oh my
I'm
god.
really bad with it because look, we're all artists. We all go through what is that? The imposter syndrome. I don't think I've
Oh,
deserved it.
so real.
Yeah.
Literally same.
Yeah.
So that we're both we're both dumb.
Yeah. Look, we're both like. You know what? This is why I kind of think like all of the major like artists throughout history were suffering because they never felt like they were enough, and they never felt like, I'm just paraphrasing. Obviously, I don't really know, but like I feel like I share this sentiment with a lot of other artists I've met, that there is always a road to self-improvement, and it never
Mhm.
really ends for an artist.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Because I mean, improvement isn't a straight line. A lot of
it's not.
people view it that way with everything. But I think when you get like maybe it's like that with sports, but um there are so many like when I say sports, obviously there's loads of factors that go into sports, but like when you're at the Olympics, the end result is like the best time.
Right.
Um, I don't. I mean, if you're super into sports and you listen to this, you think I'm wrong as hell. I'm so sorry. As you can tell, I
What do
like I
we
go
know
to the
about
gym and I come
sports?
home. Yeah, sorry. But like the end result could be anything when it comes to art. Like, you can improve sideways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can learn something totally different and you can still be just as good. You know?
Yeah, and good is, I think the definition of good is very like subjective. right?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, very true.
I know some artists that all they do is scribble all day, and I just like admire their scribbles. Like, and then they
Yeah.
did a render, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's so real. Well, I would say everyone has their own skills. I remember playing Gartic Phone with a bunch of artists once.
Yeah,
And some of the artists were like me, and they spend ages on like one digital illustration that they make as pretty as possible, and
right.
others were storyboard artists or animators.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
And the animators and the storyboard artists were, of course, so much better at Gartic Phone because they're used to getting something down quickly just using lines and shapes, and they need to get across the feeling of it via like the expression, the composition, exaggerating like this, that, and the other. They don't spend ages like rendering the one thing. So they
Right.
were absolutely brilliant at Gartic Phone, and I was shit in comparison.
Hold on, I'm still drawing the head circle. Hold on, wait.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
Everyone like art is very diverse, and one artist will be good at one thing but like crap at the other. Like a lot of I get a lot of relatives, I'm sure everyone does, who are like, oh, can you draw this? And my honest answer is not really very well. I could draw it but it wouldn't be great. It would probably like I guess for someone who's not really into art, they'd think it was cool, and they'd think it was good though, so that's really nice.
oh, you go with that? You're so nice to your relatives. I come from an Asian family, and the best way to tell someone no is to like, oh, you're really good at drawing. Can you draw this? I go, pay me. And then they lose interest.
Oh, my Asian family's too polite. They wouldn't even ask. Like it's all my white, because I'm mixed.
Right.
It would be all my white family who would ask me to do stuff for them. My Asian family doesn't ask stuff like that at all.
I don't want to stereotype it because well, you're not a doctor, you're not a pilot, okay? You can't. This is it. You're if you're an artist as an Asian
Mm.
person, you are now the black sheep. Unfortunately you are. I don't know about you. In my family, you're either a doctor or you're a pilot or you're a surgeon. If you're none of these
Oh,
things,
yeah.
yeah, if you're none of these things, you're weird. You're weird. But if you can make money, they don't ask questions. But
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. That is exactly the same.
yeah.
I don't know what kind of my family's Indian.
Oh,
Um,
interesting. Okay.
what about yours?
I'm Malaysian Chinese, so
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah.
I'm I'm white Indian.
I mean, like,
Mostly white. Oh, sorry.
no, no worries. I mean, like, generally, like that kind of like Asian upbringing for artists are kind of like universal throughout the Asians, because like the definition of success for like Asians tend to be like well-paying job, secured insurance, future for your family. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't expect to get to that this deep into this interview, but like, okay. Anyway,
It happens. It
it
happens.
happens. Yeah, look, okay, organic interview.
Mm,
So, so you started on Tumblr. How did you
I would say
find?
so.
How did you
Oh, no, no, no.
find?
That's not true at all.
That's
I'm
not
so
true.
sorry. I started on
Where?
DeviantArt.
Deviant. Oh, don't look mine up. God, don't.
Okay, I promise.
So we're
Mine had a
all
different username. You'll never find it.
okay. So where did what community did you find yourself in when you first initially
uh...
started that helped you grow? That okay? If you don't want to say it, that's fine. Okay, you
No,
don't have
it's
to.
okay.
Okay.
I'll talk about it. I might be able to pull up some good shit actually. I was
Okay.
absolutely in like right. I would to be honest, I'm not sure if I would call it the furry community, but it was
Oh.
very close to that, I would say. I really liked drawing Sonic characters and Crash Bandicoot characters and stuff like that. And if I'm right, I am absolutely gonna search stuff up because I might be able to give you an image that oh no, I have a right. So I had DeviantArt for a while I was in high school, early high
Mm-hmm.
school, and then I deleted it from embarrassment. Several
Okay.
years later, I make a new one called datcravat.
Ah. So you've changed identities. All right. I'm telling the furry
Yes.
community. I'm calling them out right now.
Okay,
Traitor.
I have some pictures to send. You can put them up on screen at the same time if you like.
Yep.
I'm just gonna send a couple. Look, unfortunately, these pictures I can't find the originals. They're from my Instagram story in like 2019.
Oh wait, have I seen this before?
I hope not.
I wait. This must have offhandedly like been mentioned once or twice from you. From you. You were the source.
Oh,
Yeah, this
oh,
was
I
a
see.
long time ago, probably from a tweet. But yeah, I do recognize these. Wow.
Uh,
So
but
would you say your start was from the furry DeviantArt community? And that's
absolutely.
wow. Okay. Do they still follow you up to this point? Do you still have people
No,
that
I
were like,
deleted everything. I have a couple friends actually. I have a couple friends from that time. Internet friends. I'm not naming them.
mm-hmm.
Um,
No, understandable. I wouldn't.
where was your start? Tumblr?
Um. Okay. So I was not very active until maybe 2011, 2012 online. When I first
Mm.
started, I remember this quite vividly. I got one of those early Cintiq like drawing tablets.
Oh, you had a Cintiq?
Oh, not a Cintiq.
Oh.
What is that white one? That white shitty one that was like transparent or
Uh,
something.
what? Okay, you've completely lost me. I have no
Wacom?
clue.
Is it a Wacom pen?
Oh yeah,
Tablet?
Wacom made tablets.
Wacom 20.
They
2000.
Yeah, if it's like 2011, it was probably Wacom because they were like the only guys you could buy anything from.
Oh, I found it. I found it. Oh my god, it's literally the default one that they use for Wikipedia. Oh, here,
Oh, no way.
there,
Yeah, send it
this
over.
this thing on my
Oh, it looks like it's made by Sega.
oh, it's ancient. It sucked.
Wow,
It
that
was
is ancient.
awful. But generally that's what I used, and I remember getting it. I was like, I'm gonna draw something. This is really cool, and I drew like a little like um uke character. I don't know if they still use that word. Are you familiar with that word?
Yes.
Yeah, I drew that way back when, and I was like, wow, this thing sucks. Because, well, that was the time where nobody figured out how to use like pen pressure yet, sensitivity, all this.
Yeah.
None of this existed. There were no custom brushes. You just had paint tool, default. It looked like ass. Okay, then I dropped this was like maybe 2009 ish, and then a couple years later, when did this game come out? Fast forward maybe half a decade, a
Yeah.
game called Life is Strange came out. I'm not
Oh
sure.
my god, that is all over your Tumblr, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm still scrolling through it.
Okay, so Life is Strange came out. I got really
Yeah.
obsessed with this game. I fell in love with the Pacific Northwest. I fell in love with the main characters, and I was just like, I have this itch. I haven't drawn it in over half a decade. I have this itch, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start drawing some fan art, and I drew a couple first ones. They all sucked. I'll probably put it up on the video.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I don't think they suck at all.
I mean,
I love your early Tumblr stuff.
It was so early, and the Life is Strange back then, it was a really small community because it came out around the time where like Halo and Call of Duty, Gears of War, these games are like the top of gaming, right?
Yeah.
So a talking game where you walk around and like you fall in love with a girl and stuff like these are like these games don't have a fandom. So I was like, all right, I just want to draw fan art this game. I really like it. I posted it to like different Steam groups, a couple of Tumblr like hashtags, and through that, people just slowly latched on. And then eventually, it got to the point where I would post on anonymous boards, and it's like, "Hey guys, how does this look?" And they're like, "Is that QTori?" I was like, "Oh shit." That's how I started getting to a point where it's like, "Oh, there's a growth happening here. Maybe I should consider this like full time." I still remember this really odd interaction I had with this was not connected with the fandom at all. I was playing Counter-Strike online. All right, I wasn't playing with any friends, and I popped in. Some guy went on a call. Is that and they said like, "Is that the artist QTori?" And I was like, "What?" This game has nothing to do with Life is Strange. It's like, are you the guy that draws the art for Life is Strange? I'm like, I don't draw. I just like doing the fun. It's like, oh my god, you are the guy. I was like, this is the weirdest interaction I've ever had on Counter-Strike. and I've never been able to top that.
Wow. On Counter-Strike, that
It,
oh wow, yeah.
yeah,
Well, how that must have been crazy, especially in the early days.
yeah. I was just like, oh my god, I should consider this. Yeah, and
Mm.
because of that, I just started like, I really latched on, did it full time, and it's been close to, how do we count the years? Okay. That's 2015.
Oh my god. So you've been doing this full time for like 9 years?
Actually, it's a little bit longer than that, I would say.
No way.
Maybe
Okay,
a
can I ask,
decade.
how old are you?
How old do you think I am?
Well, I was suspecting we were around the same age-ish, if we started
Okay,
posting
okay.
online around the same time, but maybe not.
If we don't want to divulge our actual
I'm
age,
27.
you're 27. I'm 30.
You're 30. We are close to the same age.
I mean, we are kind of talking about the same places that we went to, right? DeviantArt,
Yeah,
Tumblr, also.
exactly.
Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me that you consider going on Newgrounds.
I didn't actually.
Okay, good. I never went on
I
Newgrounds.
never. Yeah, me neither. I always thought. I mean, I know I'm wrong now, but I always thought it was the place for people who make comics, and I never make comics, so I never really considered it.
I still don't know what they do over there. It's,
Art.
it's been 20 years and I still don't know what they do over there. I ever so often go back in and I'm just like, oh, so there's animation. Oh no, it's comics. Wait, no, it's illustration. What the hell is happening here? It's a very weird website.
I mean, when you say that, I mean, Twitter has art, animation, and comics. You know what I mean? I think it's just like art focused.
I guess so. Yeah, it's just that Twitter is more social media focused, but Newgrounds has always been.
Yeah.
There's video games on Newgrounds. Like you can play video games on Newgrounds if you wanted to. That's like the weird thing. I don't know.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
It's like the creative website for creative people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the ones that never really like they never found their footing anywhere else except that place, which is fine. Find your micro niche like communities and just stick with it. I got lucky in the sense that I managed to branch off from Life is Strange. I know a couple of mutuals that never got that chance. Do you know of any? Like you started in a little group together and you were all drawing the same thing, but then you branched off, but they got stuck.
Maybe I mean define getting stuck. Not everyone was trying to become a content creator. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
people
for
are
sure.
just happy chilling.
Because like I don't know if you know of this artist called Fiship.
Sorry, called what?
Fiship. Let me look.
Fish? I haven't heard of Fiship.
Let me send you their socials because they
Please
have.
Do.
Unfortunately, I don't even know what is the status of them, but they've fallen off the internet.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now that you mention it, I used to be in the Danganronpa fandom a lot. I mean, I still am, but I used to really engage in it a lot more. And there's this artist from that fandom who made some amazing stuff, and they've definitely fallen off the face of the internet too. I wonder. I hope their life is going well,
Yeah,
and
I
they've just
hope they're
decided to
doing
leave
much
the
better.
internet.
Yeah.
This artist stuff is really good.
Yeah, they're fantastic, but unfortunately they went through some
I
health
love
troubles.
how they paint.
And
Oh, I see.
this was back in 2022, and then
Yeah, archived account.
yeah, they haven't been back since. I still worry about them. I hope they're doing all right, because it was
Yeah.
pretty serious. It was getting to the point where it just affected their daily life, and I was just like, ooh, that's a scary
Yeah.
one. Yeah, but
That is.
yeah, maybe do you do you see yourself being a I don't really like using the word content creator.
Content creator.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I personally don't like it because it's like
Oh, I see.
I kind of look, if you like using it, I don't really care. But generally, if people call me a content creator, I'm just like, actually, we know what's really funny now? I am making content right now.
Yeah, this is
for
content.
yeah. Okay.
It's like content's just, in my opinion, honestly, I completely get why you wouldn't like the term or why anyone wouldn't like it. So I
Yeah.
don't blame anyone. But for me, it's fine because it's just a catch-all term for someone who makes stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And puts it online because not everyone can describe themselves as an artist. Not everyone can describe themselves as someone who makes a video or whatever. It's just a catch-all term for someone who makes stuff and posts it online. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
That's what it is to me.
Mm-hmm. I just have this weird connection though. It's like someone says like, "Oh, you're a content creator," and it's like, "No, I am not Mr. Beast." You know, like I am not like whatever really popular like obnoxious like YouTubers are at the moment because these people love being called content creators and then being lumped
Yeah, they
up
do.
with this group of people, and I'm just like, I don't really, like I like
Yeah,
making stuff. Mm,
if someone calls me a content creator just and they're just using the term content creator, fair enough. If I would say it gets iffy for me if someone puts like content creator in their bio, and it's like, no, that's not where you use that. Like, what do you make? You know what I
yeah,
mean? It doesn't
yeah,
tell me shit. Like
yeah.
that, you can tell that it has been adopted in sort of like a, oh, look at me kind of way. Yeah, for
It's too
sure.
broad. It's just way too broad. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I
It's
think
great for if you're generalizing and stuff, or trying to catch all like the, oh, content creators, blah blah blah. If you're talking about people who make stuff online, but putting it in your, like, if someone would describe, if you describe yourself that way, and like in your bio, when people are trying to find out like what you do, we're already online. Like it definitely has been adopted in a sort. Now I see what you mean. It has been adopted in a
yeah,
sort of like Mr. Beastie way.
yeah. Look, um, it's one of those words that if people really don't like it, we got to take it back. We have to take the word back. We have to own it again. But then
We have to reclaim it.
we have to reclaim it because it's associated with a very specific group that I think a lot of the internet don't agree with. But
Mm-hmm.
generally, yeah, if you decide that I want to be a self-described content creator, fine. But I would like to
Mm-hmm.
know what type of content, and I think that's like a fair
Yeah,
judgment. Yeah.
when someone calls themselves a content creator, if like I want to be a content creator, that does strike me maybe as a little odd. Not like an instant judgment, but maybe like a weird flag, because it's like, sure, you care about what you're making rather than the idea of making something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Like that's what you know, I mean, that's what I find like people who are truly in this to make good shit care about, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, segue. Speaking about making things,
Mm-hmm.
you have you been going to cons a lot? I've noticed.
Yes. Sorry.
When did you start? Like, when did you
Uh,
start? Jenna?
The first time I did a con was in like 2018, maybe 2017. I think 18 though,
Ooh, right before
in a
COVID.
city before COVID. Yeah.
Eh,
My art was not very good then though.
I mean, I was looking at your 2018 stuff. It looks fantastic. Like,
Oh, that's very kind of you. Yours looks great. 2018 as well. I see
oh,
we were both
I,
into Steven Universe and Overwatch.
yeah. So yeah, you started in 2018, right before COVID hit. Then did you continue going? Like, wasn't there a big break before COVID?
Well,
I mean, after
right.
COVID,
Hold
sorry.
on. So,
Hmm.
relative to you, right? You've been doing this full time for what, 10 years?
10 years, yeah.
Full time? That's really cool. I've been doing this full time for 4 years. Um,
What?
beforehand it was a hobby. Um, beforehand.
So how did you?
Uh,
Oh, so did you just go to like? I mean, sorry. Let me be specific. So you tabled
mm,
at a con in 2018, did you?
yes, I tabled, yes.
Okay.
In but it wasn't like my job. It was like, oh, I can earn some money on the side.
Okay.
With my like silly hobby, you know. I was a student at the time, and
Hmm.
then I got a regular job. And I had that job. Like I had like some like retail jobs, and then I got like a quite a good one that lasted me 6 months until COVID hit.
Oh.
And during that time, I had like I was working, and then on the side I had my artwork, and I'd go to a con every now and then, and it would be really really fun, and I'd get like more money on the side. It was really good.
Y-
Um,
Yeah. So did you realize that like this is like, oh, I really like this, and then I'm surprised because generally people go the other way around. They go full time and then they're like, I'm gonna consider start going to cons, not go to cons and then start going full time. So was cons like the big like catalyst for you to go like, wow, this is actually like I could do this. Like,
they
I
were
could.
a catalyst
Mhm.
for sure. Because I mean, you fucking sit there, and then people just tell you how cool you are for like 6 hours. Like
Yeah.
it's such a, everyone's so cool and so nice,
Mhm.
and like it really, I mean, if you have to learn how to take compliments, I guess, but like you kind of learn, hey, people like this. You like like you kind of forced to learn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and I would say they were quite like they definitely gave me the confidence. The catalyst for sure was like COVID, but cons definitely gave me the confidence to think, hey, I could do this.
So yeah, how did that go down? COVID hit. Did you like was cons still going on when COVID hit?
Oh yeah, cons absolutely ended when COVID hit.
Yeah, so you
Um,
went and then like suddenly you have nothing for when did it reopen?
cons started again in late 2021.
So 2 years.
And
Okay.
by then my art had changed a fair bit. I had like a year, 2 years ish of just doing it all online.
Okay.
And oh my god. So uh, so I had my job. Right, I'm gonna go through what happened. Sorry.
Yeah.
I had my job and COVID hit and I lost my job. I say lost, I wasn't fired. My contract didn't get renewed. It was always a risk that I wouldn't keep having the job, but since COVID hit, it was like, oh well, yeah, like let's let this
Everyone.
person go.
Yeah.
And I was sat at home and I had a big choice to make because I I had my art hobby which could go absolutely nowhere. I wasn't making a lot of I was making like £200 I would say a month on it, and then like maybe like 1,000 after a con, which was really really good,
Yeah, that's good
but
money.
definitely not enough to live off.
Yeah.
So I thought I could go all in on this and see how that goes, and that's a huge risk. Or my field right now, like because of COVID, has like a million jobs going. Because I like worked in a lab and I had like a biosciences degree, and
Ooh, fancy. Okay.
um, it was like I was pretty sure I could easily find a job at
Right.
that point in time. But I thought to myself, like I live with my mother, and she's high risk, and I thought I don't want to risk going into work right now
Mm.
because of that. So I'm going to go in on the art thing. And it took a long time to make that choice, actually. But I did it. I mean, I had to, like, what else are you going to do? You're stuck at home and, like, oh, I'll just do my hobbies. And I drew and drew, and it was okay. And then something that really took off was a drawing of Tifa and Aerith I did.
Oh, I remember
Um,
that one. Yeah.
hey, in Persona style. And I think the standard of it definitely it was good at the time, but I think nowadays it's probably not as good.
I think it's aged pretty well. I think your art style kind of
Thank
ages
you.
pretty well because it's kind of like really uh you are in a space where you have a I don't know why I'm saying it like this. You have a monopoly on your art style. You know what I mean? Like okay, look, I mean it
But
like
I kind of get it.
yeah. Cause like, I don't know if you were around for the Sakimi days. Do you know Sakimi-chan?
Oh, of course. Who doesn't?
Yeah, do you
Of
remember
course.
yeah, back when she was explosive. This was like maybe
Mm.
2014, 2015. She put her
Yeah.
tutorials out. And then because
Yes.
of that, there were so many Sakimi-chan likes. Like there were
Yes.
so many art.
Clones.
Yeah. And I'm just saying that you have a monopoly in a market where nobody else draws like you, and I don't think anybody's gonna try, because as soon as they
Oh.
do, they're like, "Oh, that's that cravat." No, wait, that's not. Who the hell are you? A little bit, yeah. Um, but I think you got really lucky. Okay, not even lucky. I think you worked really hard
I definitely did get lucky as
there.
well.
There
You're
is
right that luck did take part.
there is always luck involved. Like, yeah.
Mm.
But like your art style definitely had a really big part to play in like offering you this opportunity. Like,
For sure.
yeah.
I definitely like had the goal in mind because there's a lot of beautiful art out there, but often it's beautiful art where you can't tell who the artist is because the style is something you've seen a fair bit.
Hmm.
And I definitely wanted to feel like I was like this is the thing, right? Everyone will know this. Making something unique that isn't ugly is so hard. Like it's
Mm.
really, really, really tough. And I spent like ages um not only trying to find like trying to improve, but make something unique. That's really tough.
Yeah.
It's so tough. And then the thing is, right, when you make something unique, there's no tutorials for it. Oh,
There's no
so you're
hand
on your
holding
own.
here. There's no hand
Yeah,
holding.
you're totally on your own. You really have to experiment. But honestly, right, this may sound absolutely stupid. But I think my background in science really helped me experiment, but with art. Like, do you know what I mean? I was just in the right mindset to like just try something new and see what worked. You know what I mean?
That's the first time I've heard someone like relate science to art and helping them find themselves. Like, that's an interesting way of putting it. I personally have always thought of especially finding your own art style, right? Like finding
I
your
wouldn't say you find an art style, right? You make it.
yeah. So I was saying it's more that you don't find it, like you say, you don't find it, and it's just it's your voice. Yeah, because you can be technically very impressive. Okay, you can learn how to paint hills. You can learn how to paint trees, render people, their clothing. You can do this all really well, but if you don't have a voice, nobody can ever hear you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very true.
yeah,
Like you need to sense the. I don't know how else to phrase it, because it's so vague. But you need to like. I think you need to be able to sense the human behind it sometimes.
yeah,
Like the feelings that went into it are important, because then you get something out of it.
yeah.
You know,
I agree.
it's more than just a pretty picture. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to focus a lot on making sure the picture is pretty, but there's more than that to it too. You need to like get that character in there.
There's always a little bit of you in every piece that you make. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. And I feel like watching onto that as well, it's that I know a lot of like people that always come up to me and say, oh, how did you find your art style? Like, oh, how do I find my art style? And like, how do I go about doing this? And I would say that as you go along and you learn the techniques and you learn the tutorial, there are tutorials to learn how to draw, but not how to find your voice. But as you learn these things and you look at the artists that you look up to and you learn from them, over time, the way that you go about making your own work by, accumulating all these skills and your influences, all that is your voice. That is your art style. Yeah.
It's like you're translating, I guess, your thoughts and your brain into a visual image. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like it's sorry, go on.
No, it's not something you can just say and then people go like, I understand, I'll do that. It is something you kind of meander around over several years, because you're always going, like, at the start there is always that period of suck, which I still think I'm in. All right, there's a period of suck before it gets good. Okay, yeah, like you have to go through the suck before it gets good, and I think sucking is valid. You need to suck. This is gonna get really weird for people that don't understand the context. You have to suck to get good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes, you have to make ugly shit. Like people say, and this is really kind of people to say because I don't agree with it, but people say, oh, it's always bangers. That's really nice, but I only post the ones that are goodish. I have so much garbage in my files that like just wouldn't work, Yeah,
and personally, we would like find it, as in like the person that makes it thinks it sucks, but then everyone else thinks like that's the next best thing, which is really weird.
Yeah,
because
that happens too. You're right.
Yeah, so it's like we never really know. So I think over time, this is for people that really want to find their art style. It's like you'll find it. People will let you know you found it. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's literally like you just gotta throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. And like you've just gotta like combine that with what you enjoy. Don't throw shit at the wall that you hate doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like have it go through your enjoyment first.
So yeah, I have a question here because I want to start wrapping up. We got just a bit of time left.
Okay.
What would your advice be for a learning or growing artist trying to build a following right now in this current time that we live in? Would you say what you just said would be that?
Well, yeah, a lot of the stuff that we said right now, I'd say would be all right advice. Something I guess we haven't. Christ, Twitter's dying. Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Any site could
Don't.
die at any time. Let this be a lesson. Go other places. Get an account on Tumblr. Make an Instagram. Like, I know it's lots of work, but you don't have to be completely active on there. Just post your artwork. People will go there. They will see you. At least you'll have something in case something else completely collapses. I'm gonna lose my biggest, like, I have 200,000 on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
I don't have that anywhere else. Twitter's gonna die, and I'm gonna lose that. But luckily, I've got an Instagram and a Tumblr, and I'm building my blue sky. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't despair.
Your blue sky is
Sorry.
massive.
Yeah, it really popped off. I don't know why.
Yeah, I like okay. I know a lot of artists on there, and you're like the biggest one, like in terms of follower count. How the hell did that happen?
Oh, that's so not true. Oh, that's crazy. I have no clue how that happened. I think I really liked it and I fell in love with it and I posted a lot on there as a result. Maybe
Yeah.
that's a bit why. There's definitely, I would say there's definitely bigger artists. I know I've bumped into them, although
I think
names are escaping me.
the other big one I know, let me look it up now, is RJ Palmer.
RJ Palm is huge on Blue Sky, yeah.
Because I remember.
Oh, what about?
Mhm.
Sorry, go on.
No, because I remember you and him, were both like actively advocating for Blue Sky during the first big scare on
Yeah.
Twitter. When the Twitter logo turned into an X, everyone was like, "Go Blue Sky, go Blue Sky now, go Blue Sky now."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think because of your advocacy for another platform, help people like you probably had a really big hand in, I would say, helping the artists like groups grow on Blue Sky, which is currently.
Oh,
I think so. I really think so. Like I follow. Oh, how many people am I following right now? I'm following like 1,000 people on Twitter right now, and
yeah.
probably out of the 1,000, I probably only remember you and RJ being really vocal about Blue Sky. As in like,
Wow.
yeah, I would say you have a
Oh.
hand in keeping that website alive for the artists.
Yo, I just found an artist with a way bigger following than me on Blue Sky. I can't believe this. Kiana Mai. I hope that's how I pronounce it. I'm gonna send you how to spell it in the chat. She does a lot of Pokemon fan art.
Oh, Pokemon. Because yeah, I
Okay.
noticed a lot of people, especially ones that they heard the big fear on Twitter that it's like, don't come here, don't grow here, don't bother, it's falling apart. And then they go over to Blue Sky, and then they realize it's like, whoa, this is actually way harder, like to be seen here, because currently Blue Sky isn't the biggest platform. I mean, I'm getting to really enjoy it now. I've been pretty active on it.
Yeah.
And
me too.
Yeah, and it's definitely slow, but the people are good. There are good people on that platform.
Of course it's slower than Twitter. Blue Sky has like, what, about 15 million users and Twitter has 300? Of course it'll be slower. But in my opinion, the people who do engage with you are all pretty much all real and a lot more interested. I think it's a lot more valuable, to be honest. Twitter's just filled with so much sludge you have to get through.
Especially as
and
a growing
Blue Sky,
artist.
Yeah. And Blue Sky has very active art community. It has a lot of resources that allow you to post art in ways that are more convenient than Twitter. For instance, the feeds, that's very useful. They also have the media tab if you just want to use that. Like, it's just a little better. And they have like the art feeds. People can make art feeds for you. It's I really like it, and I hope it fucking sticks. Because if it doesn't, we're going to be left with like no sort of town square style social media app for me to post my art on and for me to see everyone else's art on. All the Japanese artists are migrating there recently as well, which has me so excited.
Oh my god! Thank God they're there. Oh, I was getting worried.
Hungry Clicker came over.
I have to go find them now. Hold on.
Okay.
Because I do follow Hungry Clicker. Am I already following them? I'm not. That's a shame. I should. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Also, thank you to today's sponsor, Blue Sky, for coloring this thing. No.
Literally. Oh my god. Like, their plans to make money or something to do with web domains or whatever. I didn't really understand it.
Because we had what was the other alternative to ArtStation?
There was Cara.
Cara. Right. Remember when everyone was like, "Oh, we should all move to Cara because that's the new website for artists," and then
it
what
burned
happened?
fast and bright.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
would say similar to like the thing is it's not shit. Unlike unlike I don't know Threads or something. Don't tell Mark Zuckerberg that. I don't like Threads. Um, but Cara, when I used it, it was a little slow, a little janky, and I didn't find it naturally engage me in the same way that Blue Sky did.
yeah. I
Um,
I mean, they have like a social feed, but I don't feel like I'm talking to people on Cara. I feel like I'm talking to get a job. You know?
yeah, it
Yeah.
it definitely it might be a lot better for people who liked ArtStation and were a lot more industry
Industry
focused.
focused people, yeah.
Yeah, maybe for me, like I felt like it. Honestly, I can see like the quality is there. It's
There is,
definitely a quality
yeah.
website, but I guess oh wow, I'm on Cara right now. There is a lot of really nice art on
Yeah,
here,
there's
and I
really
hope
good
it
art on there.
thrives.
I
But I
mhm.
definitely like it's just not as easy to find like good shit, I would say. Like I mean, they've it's presented me right now with a bunch of beautiful art for Hugh Vember, but like the tagging system and stuff like that, I don't know. It doesn't feel as organic as Blue Sky.
Yeah. I feel like the sense of community is a little bit lost. It
Yes, that's exactly it. Oh my god, you put it into words.
yeah, it kind of just feels it's like the LinkedIn of the artist world. There is
Maybe. I feel like people talk to each other a lot on LinkedIn. They're just assholes to each other. But Cara, like, it's you can't really talk much to each other in general, you know?
oh yeah, definitely. But I feel like it's very it just doesn't feel like there's a community here that you can actually connect to and learn and grow together with. It's very like
Yes.
look at the thing I posted. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah,
Anyway,
and that's
there's
kind of
three
it.
other
Yeah.
people. Yeah, like because
Hmm.
whenever I post my artwork, I do want to engage with someone, and I want someone to just like, you know, you
Yeah,
and
and I
me
like
like this thing. Let's get together and do a thing. You know, like
yeah,
yeah,
I like engaging with other people's artwork the same way. I really like just getting silly with it under their posts, you know? And
yeah,
people like you can reply with an image and you can like make me there's this oh my god. Like so some people are so much fucking funnier than me. Like it's really annoying because I'm the one who's supposed to be posting content right now. But
content.
yeah. Posting art, sorry. Um like
Yeah.
and people get in the replies and are just so awesome and hilarious and like you can get so creative in replies.
Hmm.
I I love that aspect of replies so much, and this is why Twitter is completely balked for me because replies is just it was bought for me ages ago because replies got fucking ruined. Like my replies are fine because I hide anyone with blue who replies. I'm so sorry, people with blue. It's so that like the replies are organically organized.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Um,
90% of the blue check marks are not real. Like,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So I just hide replies with blue so that my replies are still a fun place to be. But like any big post, you used to be able to go under a big post and check the replies and like the most liked or interesting replies or replies from people you
It's
follow would be at the
gone.
top. But now
Yeah.
it's like blue accounts who are like, haha, this is crazy, and that's it. And you have to scroll through like 10 miles of them to get to anything. It's ass. It's ass. It's ass. I hate it.
I
Oh my god.
you know what? You
Sorry.
know what was a feature I really missed from all Twitter? I don't know if you've
Yeah.
ever used this, but all Twitter had an analytics page. And in that analytics page,
I miss that so much.
yeah, in the analytics page, they showed you if any really big like artist accounts followed you. Like, and then that's how I found so many people. That's how I met
Yes.
so many new mutuals. And now you can't do that anymore. Like, because now I find people
Yeah,
by accident.
exactly.
Yeah, it's gone. It's like I mean, it's still there, but you have to pay for it. And I'm not giving Elon
Yeah,
more
which
money.
not fucking doing that.
I'm
No.
not doing
So
that.
like I remember I'd go into my analytics and it would show you the biggest follower you gained that month.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I get like caring about numbers ain't the best, but also it was how I found out H Bomber guy followed me, and I was like,
He
whoa!
does? That's crazy.
Only on Twitter. I don't think I'm gonna cap that again on Blue Sky, which is a shame. But it
Uh,
was like I was so excited about that. Like I was over the moon. And you're never gonna like it'll just be a coincidence, you know? Like now you have to pay for these analytics. Nah.
Now it's a little bit like a Christmas surprise, you know, like you find like
Mm,
a creator that you really enjoy, and you follow them. They're not related to art, right? And then like you go to
mm.
Twitter and you look them up, and it's like they already follow you, and it's like, what? You know, have you had those moments? I've had it with like a
Yes.
couple of like political streamers that were just like,
Oh,
oh,
no way.
yeah, I like their stuff.
No.
I'm gonna go and like follow them on Twitter. Why do they already follow me?
Yes,
Are you
literally.
freaky? Are you freaky like me? You know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
I had that with a big one for me was like fucking Ego Raptor. I went onto
Oh,
his page
same.
once. Yeah. Oh, did that happen to you too?
Yeah,
With the same guy?
I would say Igoruptor was my big break. Praise this man. I don't know if you were ever
Mm.
part of his hashtag called QT Saturday.
No, I wasn't, but I saw everyone else posting on it.
Yeah,
That was you.
I
You were on
was
Cutie
on
Saturday.
I was on the last few QT Saturdays before he dropped it for forever. But he
Oh,
found
that's
me
pretty
through
good.
there, followed me, and then continued to like retweet my stuff for like a couple months after. And that
Wow.
really like exploded my initial like growth. I would say, okay,
Holy shit.
again, for the people listening, all luck, okay? I did not work hard for
Yes.
this. It just so happened it hit just exactly what Aaron Hansen wanted from me. So so yeah.
Yeah.
Um
So much of it is luck. That's so real.
you just have to play in your favor and just do as much as you can. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
on,
real.
on to that. Just want to finish it up now.
Yeah.
Do you have any future plans or any big projects that you want to let people know?
Uh. Well, for now I definitely want to keep going. Like honestly, right now, plans for different art stuff is not my main priority because my main priority is sorting out my taxes because I'm new to living this way and I've got an accountant now, which is crazy. And we have to sort out all that shit. But I would like to make an art book, not like
Ooh.
Loish has made, where like they actually make a real fucking book and they write tutorials and it's a really good like read, as well as beautiful art to look at every page. I want to do like Hungry Clicker makes one every year, and they'll just put all the drawings they've made into a nice book that you can scroll through
Yeah.
and
Okay.
read through, scroll. Jesus Christ,
Scroll
dude!
through a
Oh
book.
my
It's
God, are you
over.
kidding?
We got the
Oh
brain rot.
no,
We have the brain
I need to
rot.
be
It's
euthanized.
oh no, it's over. Cancelled. Cravat
You can
cancelled.
peruse. I would love to make. I would say probably in a similar style to Sojima's art books, except hardback. I would love to make A4, so it's nice, a good size, just a book. It wouldn't be art from just 1 year; it would be art from a few years. Because I'm not like Hungry Clicker. I can't post as often as that guy. I don't know
That
how he
person
manages.
is a machine. Okay, they will
Yeah,
announce
a
something
legend.
one day. You can bet 7 hours later,
Yeah,
Michelangelo
painting.
blessed this
Yeah,
man's hands. Like
like
it's
yeah,
it's
full
insane.
quality, gorgeous painting, and he posts speed paints. It's all real.
It's crazy. Yeah.
But I'd love to just get like I've had a few people ask, and I know a lot of people want to like don't want to buy all the prints. You know what I mean? Because that would cost them
Yeah.
so much. But it would be so convenient to have all the art like in one place for them, and they can have a look at it.
It's
So I
mhm.
really 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 want to make some art books.
And it's
Just
gonna be at
they
the
wouldn't.
cons, right? It's gonna be at the cons.
Yeah, cons. They wouldn't be sold anywhere official because it's full of fan art.
Oh,
But
right, right.
for cons and maybe my online shop, like I wouldn't make loads because I mean they're books. They take up so much room. I don't want to end up with any leftover stock, so they'd probably be made to sell out. But
Yeah.
that's definitely a big plan I have to make
Okay.
books.
Okay, you hear it here, people. 500-page art book, hardcover,
500.
gold foil, 400 GSM pages from datcravat coming to your local cons in the coming months. You heard it here. Okay.
Before we leave, may I ask you, do you have any plans? I know that you're interviewing me, but I'm interested.
Okay. This is my future plan. The interviews. I hope that people really
Ooh.
can take some actual advice. Okay, I'm not gonna downplay the other people that give advice in the YouTube creator space especially, but I feel like our voices are missing from this space where I'm not industry. okay, I worked in the industry, but I wouldn't consider
You
myself a
did.
professional. I
I
worked for a
see.
company called Samurai Punk, but they've gone now. But and that's I cherish the times I had with them, and that's great. But
Oh, I see.
not big, okay? I wouldn't say that, I'm like Mark Brunet or like Keenan Lafferty. Like these people will work really big in the industry and they have like really expensive courses. I've checked recently, I'm not going to name names, but someone was doing a 2-week course for $3,500. I was like, are you out of your mind?
Holy moly.
What growing artist can afford? I get it if you're trying to also get into industry, but that's a $3,500 down payment that you hope to recoup
Mm.
from a online lesson, which I think is absurd.
I
So
suppose it's quite normal for Americans considering how much they pay for college. If the tuition is that good and it's that personal, perhaps it is worth it.
yeah, I just think like this kind of information shouldn't be paywalled that highly, like, or
Yeah.
paywalled
I
in
would like
general.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. For me, like obviously I need to paywall something because I have a Patreon. I need to earn money.
right.
So I paywall like the PSD files.
Hmm.
Um, I hope that's not too egregious, but I do find
Are
like
people complaining? Then you're fine.
no one's complaining, thank goodness. I do find it's the people who like I don't know if you want to if you're that into my artwork and you want the PSDs, it's at the point where yeah, I'll support you for making this artwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And because of
But
yeah.
I still if I'm so sorry if I could post everything for free and still survive, I absolutely would. I'd post everyone's prints in the mail for free if I could. I'm so sorry, everyone, for charging you
Unfortunately,
money.
we don't live in that day and age anymore, and some
Mm,
people have to make a living. And understandably, the people that need to make a living can't afford $3,500 for 2 weeks. And I feel like
yeah.
my
It's only
future,
2 weeks. Oh
it's
yeah, you said.
it's only 2 weeks, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my god, that's like, you know what you can buy with that? You can buy a computer with that. You can buy a
Is it
Cintiq.
a mono course? Is
Yeah,
it
it's a
101?
one-on-one course with feedback and all that. But even that,
Okay,
oh, sorry,
that's not too bad.
it's a 2-hour lesson per week, so it's 4 hours in total.
It's 4 hours.
It's 4 hours. Yeah.
It's 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a little. I thought I was overcharging you for my 1 hour. Jesus.
No.
Like,
No. I don't know what the
oh my
baseline
god.
of the compensation is yet, but like generally, that's what I want to do for my future plans is to afford people this opportunity that if you want to learn stuff, you can just pay a really small cost, okay, a cost of like a good meal, just one meal a month, okay, and then you can get access to all these, and then people can learn and grow, especially with our voices, which I think are pretty important. The ones that want to be self-employed artists that don't work for industries, that want to go to cons, make friends to find a living by
Yeah.
themselves, especially with we've heard in the news the current date is 12th of November 2024. So about a week ago, not even a week ago, less than that, we heard there's a new world leader, and things are gonna get a little bit harder. So
Yes.
yeah,
The tariffs definitely scare me. Most of my orders are to the US. I mean, this is a very selfish perspective, obviously, because I live in the UK. I'm not going to suffer as much as a lot of people. From a business perspective, um, like I am worried because most people buy stuff from the US when it comes
correct,
to
correct.
yeah.
So it's gonna get way more unaffordable. Unfortunately, it's gonna hit us all, and yeah, I just think that in this current day and age, being able to self-sustain, especially finding passive income, is pretty important. I've met
Yeah.
so many industry people that are just like, I just need passive income. I can't keep doing this forever. I'm gonna break. And
Yeah.
and I think,
Literally,
yeah,
I think the world is designed to break you on purpose and separate you from your heart and your humanity so that you can be okay with all the horrible things going on and then you vote a certain way. Um,
yeah,
that's it's all by design. And honestly, nothing is cooler and more rebellious to me than having a crowd-funded wage. Like Patreon is crazy.
it's
My like
crazy.
yeah, I can't believe that that's how I get to live. I can feel like people will say to me sometimes, "Oh, don't you feel terrible? Like your income is like you're charging people." And to be honest, yeah, I would prefer not to charge people, but also everyone has chosen
Yeah,
to pay me a little bit and they get something in return.
I
And
have
my wage is community funded. That is
correct.
sick.
Correct. Not a lot of people. Imagine if you work a 9 to 5 and your boss is community funded. That is the weirdest thing you could even think about. Which it doesn't happen. People are willingly they love you so much that they are willingly giving you money to continue doing what you do, so that you can continue sharing the love that you create back to them. And I think that's like a power that I want more artists to also share with, because I think that's really
Mm.
powerful. And
Yeah, it's just a matter of like, well, not everyone could do that because then the world would stop, you know?
yeah.
Like it's tough. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like it's not as a complete zero sum game. Like you're not going to kick someone out the space by
no.
entering it, but for sure, like it's competitive, you know?
I I want to say it's not competitive, but I can understand where you're coming from.
Mm.
I don't want to see it as competitive. That's the thing. I want to
Yeah,
see it
me neither.
as a supportive circle of people that will all try to help each
Yeah.
other up. Because
Yeah.
competition only hurts people. Like
Mm.
we don't run a multi-billion-dollar industry here. It's just a
No.
guy, gal, non-binary pal in your room just trying to survive till next tomorrow. You
Mm.
want to fight this person out of their space? It's not gonna help anyone. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Like I don't like it's weird, isn't it? I don't view it as competitive, but I know that like I know, logically it's not like not everyone can enter this space. Therefore, there is a point at which it would be full. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it's weird. It's very airy fairy. It's very like it's not like $1 billion companies competing, thank God. Like and
Oh.
everyone's like sharing. Like I saw I think maybe it was H Bomber guy actually say it in a video, and this was about the YouTube commentary space. But people who are in that space, and I think it's the same with artists, everyone's borrowing ideas off each other all the time to like evolve each other. It like everyone being in this space together really benefits everyone else, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, definitely.
It's not just competitive. There's so much more going on.
If there's only one artist in the industry, you're only learning from one person, and nothing happens. You just end up like that person. But if you
Yeah,
have 20,
everything's relative.
30, yeah, 20, 30, 40 different artists that you enjoy so much in this space, that's 20, 30, 40 teachers that are telling you, like, not even telling you, that are encouraging you to draw. I think that's like way more powerful. I think that's really like,
Yeah, the strength in community, baby.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, baby.
We are
Wow.
we are
Okay.
monkey together strong. Ooh ooh you know,
Yeah,
like, yeah.
apes together strong.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
yeah. We're closing out, but before I want to let you go, I want to ask you one last question.
Oh, another. Go on.
What is up with Ghost Trick?
Oh my god. Okay. Holy shit. It's the best game ever made. Oh my god. It's literally the best game ever made. It's made by Shu Takumi. It was written by him as well. He's the same person who wrote Ace Attorney. And so that, you know how good Ace Attorney is, right? Ace Attorney was a cult classic, and then they ported it
Oh yeah.
to pretty much everything, and now it's just a regular classic. Like everyone fucking knows Ace
Mm.
Attorney, and I'm really hoping that now Ghost Trick is being ported. The exact same stuff's gonna happen with Ghost Trick because it literally is just as good. It is amazing. Like it's got brilliant lore. Like, okay, holy shit, you start out as like the whole plot is you are dead. You are a ghost, and you are solving your own murder by the limited ways you can interact with the real world and with living people. And that's such a cool concept, and you basically haunt people a little bit. Like the game mechanics is the limited interactions you have with the world as a ghost. It's so ludo narratively like cohesive. You know what I mean? The plot's great, the art's great. Ghosts don't have voices. They communicate by sharing their thoughts conceptually. So a normal dog is part of the main cast, and you can talk with him, and he fucking rules. He's a great character. Like he's genuinely the best written dog character I've ever seen in any media. Like he's truly a dog. I love it. It's so good. Ghost Trick.
Oh, I didn't even have to say anything. Okay, because I know you really like Ghost Trick. I've
Yep.
never personally played it. With the port coming, okay, this is especially for people that are
The port's
interested.
here. The port's here.
The port's already here. Would you recommend playing the port over
Yes.
the other how many versions of
Oh,
the game are there?
there's the original DS version. There's an iOS port. There's a regular, and then there's like ports to pretty much every console now, and your PC as well.
So,
Um,
so you're saying just get the latest one?
I would say just get the port because the DS version you can emulate it on your PC if you wanted, and that would be cool. It might. I don't know how glitchy the emulation
Nintendo,
would
don't
be.
take this video down. Nintendo, don't
Yeah,
take the video
yeah,
down.
Nintendo. Oh, is it going on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. No, don't emulate it.
Don't
Cut that
emulate.
out. Cut that out.
Yeah, cut.
Yeah.
Sorry, we didn't say anything.
Okay.
That part didn't
Okay.
exist. Okay. Full
Okay,
version on
okay.
Patreon, uncensored version on Patreon.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. So you could get it on PC. You could get it on like pretty much any console now. I would recommend just going for the port. The port is, I would say, a bit inferior. They changed the main menu. The main menu on the DS is pretty iconic. That's gone. But the thing is, the DS version is just so hard to get hold of. Right before they announced the port, I bought a DSi XL and a copy of Ghost Trick. It cost me $100. I had a $100 Ghost Trick machine that I was going to lend to all my friends to make them play it. And then they announced the port. And I was like, well, fuck. I just spent all that money.
wait.
But-
I'm checking
Oh.
right now. Is the port that you're talking about the 2023 one?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just double checking. All right. Anyway, you're saying.
Honestly, though, I still like lending out my DS version to people because you get the main menu, you get the animations in their original form. The animations were made, obviously, for a DS screen, so very, very pixely, and they're very sharp and crisp and HD now, and they didn't animate the characters' faces or anything like that because you wouldn't see it on the DS screen. So it can get a little strange at times, I would say, but it's still a brilliant experience if you play the port. It's still absolutely wonderful. It doesn't like... It's just a little different and a little weird, but it's like literally in the grand scheme of things, it won't matter.
Okay. If you have a DXi XL, go and get that copy with an original copy, okay? Original in
It will
quotation.
cost you so much money. You don't have to do.
Whoa, you know, because, you know, of Nintendo, just saying, original copy in quotations, okay? But if you can't
yes.
get it, the port is fine, is what you're saying, okay, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you will let Capcom know that their Ghost Trick game is popular by buying the port as well.
Okay. You heard
Because
it.
then they'll make merch of it, and I can buy a plushie of my favorite boy.
You heard it from here, people. You heard it here from datcravat itself. Let people know where to find you. Your main social. I'll put it up on screen. And
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Was it Blue Sky? Oh no, Twitter. No. Where do you want people to find you? Like, I'm just gonna put it all up, but like generally.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, Twitter is cool, but I'm posting a lot less on there right now because it's just going to shit in it. Blue Sky is where I'm mostly hanging out. By the way, actually, this is, I guess, you can include this in the interview if you want. You don't have to. Have you noticed on Twitter that your follow count is just slowly going down now?
Yeah.
Or is that just me?
It is.
Oh, it is.
Everyone.
Oh, it is for you too.
Yeah, I'm in like a Discord group where I know other really big artists, and they're all saying like, "Oh, there's another one." I think it's a bot purge, but I don't think they do it very well. So
yeah, I don't think they're doing a good bot purge. I think it might just be people fucking leaving.
I really don't know like what concrete, because it's like I would say, I don't know if this is the same with you, because I haven't really like confirmed. The sample size is really small. In between the years of 2018 and 2022, right? My growth on Twitter was like crazy. And then after that point, I've just flatlined. I have not grown at all anymore. I
think it's because Twitter flatlined.
Yeah, there's just no one interested in joining that platform anymore. But yeah, I was just curious because I was like, am I the problem? You know, like, but if I'm hearing from other people that like growth has just stagnated and hit a wall, then you know, yeah, it's a sign of the time to leave.
Yeah. Like, because for instance, my Blue Sky is just growing, and the thing with Blue Sky is like with Threads, everyone kind of joined at once and it burned very fast and bright. Blue Sky had the invite only for a bit, which definitely helped when the hype was humongous when it first started.
Yeah.
And now it's just letting people come in. It's been very gradual. I've had it for like over a year, for instance, and it's just been growing that whole time. So that gives me a lot of hope and faith in it. I really hope it continues.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, check us out.
We'll see.
Well, you probably already follow QTori if you're listening to this, but you
Yeah.
can check us out on Blue Sky or on Twitter.
On the net, before we go, if you're interested in coming back on, I'll definitely bring you back on if to talk about like where Blue Sky will be in a year, because times are changing, people. It is getting really weird out there. It's the wild west again, and
It sure is.
But yeah, thank you, Cravat, for coming on. I really enjoyed talking to you, and
you too.
Yeah, I hope we all make it through this together. We're all holding
Me
hands.
too.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me talk your ear off.
No, I enjoy it. Hey, it's post-editing Tori here. Just wanted to remind you that if you'd like to see more of these interviews, hit like and subscribe. Please.